Okay, let's work on the inside. I've shaped the outside. I've got that done. It's sandable at this point. The shape is perfect because I'm not going back. I want to do the inside now. And there's just two trains of thought here on doing the inside. One of them is that I could start making bowl shapes. I could start swinging the handle and making a bowl shape. And if I do that, I come down the side grain nicely to begin with, but as I come across the bottom in the bowl, the flute's going to be pointing right directly into the end grain. And that's not the easiest way to do that. Let me do a few of those just to get started with it, doing it the wrong way first. I prefer to do it the easier way, okay? So I'm going to make the sharp edge go down into the bowl, and then turn my corner and go across the bottom. The handle has to swing a large arc. Okay, now let's stop and look at this as far as the grain orientation goes. So the sharp edge is going right into the side grain fibers, and that's a good thing, and I'm going to peel off a shaving when I'm doing that. But what happens when I come across the bottom? Right across that bottom third, the sharp edge is facing right into the end grain, and it's going to be harder. Well, in the hog and off sequence, I don't need to have that bottom nice and smooth and rounded, okay? So I'm going to do it an easier way, is I'm just going to go right straight into the side of the tree, straight in. Now this is much easier on my body. It's easier on the wood. Straight into the side of the tree, side grain, side grain, side grain. All right. Do it again the other way. Bring the tourist up a little bit. I'm going to have to shut the lathe off to do that though. Okay, bring my tourist in closer. I don't want to take all of this out of here because I need to have some support. When I come out to the rim again, I don't want it to vibrate, but this is fast and easy, okay? Now let's get the rim. We're going to go back out to the rim, and because I want this is a natural edge bowl. It's going to have a small foot so that it's not very functional. It's going to be a nice bowl to look at, maybe a centerpiece in the middle of the dining room table. So I'm going to make it very, very thin also. Ride the bevel first, get it lined up, bring it out, move it over, take another cut. I'm going to take it in stages. So I'm going to make one more cut now, and then I'm going to stop and measure. I want to make sure that this stage is running nice and true and uniform. From here to here. I'm going to close that up to 0, and I'm going to watch the air gap here. I'm going to rub on the inside, I'm going to watch the outside. And I'm fairly uniform. I'm only maybe a little 1/16 off. I'm a little bit thicker towards the bottom, but not enough to really write home about. It's very, very close, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to go out and take another cut. I'm going to line the bevel up first, so I got the heel of the bevel on. Here it's going to touch, it's going to go, hear it? Now I'm going to push the handle away from me until I get a little bit of whisk of a shaving. There it is, I got the whisk of a shaving. Now I know it's lined up. I'm going to bring it out, move it over, take another cut. Okay. Now, my decision is, am I going to make one more cut or two? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more cut. I'm going to take maybe about half of what's left there. When I make my last cut, I don't want to have to sand any of the wood left over there. I want that to be as clean a finish as possible. So I'm going to go sharpen to do that last cut with. I don't care if I just sharpened 3 or 4 cuts ago. I'm going to go sharpen to do that last cut. And it's just no big deal. Once we're using the grinding jig, it's all set up already. I don't have to move anything. And I'm just going to sharpen the little area I'm using. I'm going to line my bevel up again. Bevel first. Look for a little whisk of a shaving. There it is. I know I'm lined up. I'm going to come back out, move it over, and take about half of that. Okay? I want to explain what's happening and why I'm so confident here. There is absolutely no fear. All right? There's no fear. I can go even half of that again if I wanted to. I don't think it would work with this size bowl to be too thin, but you're in complete control of the wall thickness here. You can go as thin as you want. So now we're putting the camera around to the other side and we can look what's going on here. When I make this cut like this, look at what's happening. Where's the bevel? The bevel is rubbing against the surface of the inside of the bowl. Can I cut through the bowl? Could I make a funnel? I can't cut. This is not sharp here. I can't cut through the bowl. Where's the sharp edge going? The sharp edge is going into the waste wood, right? This wood is waste wood. There's no worry about making the cut going that direction, so there's no fear. There's no worry about me blowing through the side of the bowl. I know I'm going in the right direction. I've lined it up, and the cutting edge is not facing the bowl. Now what happens if I turn around like this and I start the sharp edge facing the side of the bowl? Then I better be hanging on, right? I better be worried about, well, am I cutting too deep? Am I cutting too fast? You know, going through the side of the bowl, where's the wall thickness? And this happens when we use scrapers in a bowl. We have to just hang on and pray that we're doing it the right way. With the bevel support, we're going to go follow the line of that bevel down into the waste wood, so there's no fear. There's no worry that I'm going to blow through the side. I've got air spaces there of the voids and the natural edge, so I got to be gentle with it. I'm going to ride the bevel first. There it is. I'm going to push my handle away from me. Watch for a little whisk of a shaving. There it is. Now I'm gone. And stop. Okay. Now if I did this right, there should be no remnants of a shoulder left behind from the 2 stages. It goes right in, keeping the wall thickness uniform. Okay. And I go take another stage and I just continue stage to stage to stage, get down and keep it uniform all the way down to the bottom. On the outside, my goal is to start sanding with 320 grit or thereabouts, 220, 320. On the inside, I might have to do 150 or so to get a couple little tool marks out.